Dear students of 10th standard who are studying English as second language, let us start with your first poem. So before going to the poem, so we'll have few discussion about the characters or the skill that you find in human beings or how they'll be different from each other. So as human beings, maybe when you are children or an adult or sometimes even in the old age, people will be very skillful. They get engaged themselves in different activities. They'll be active. These activities can be many types, that is, they'll be good in drawing, singing, dancing, or some of them will be very much interested in trekking or visiting different places and in sports or in different fields. So this is how the human beings, sometimes they'll be different from each other, even when it comes to the writing skill or the reading skills, or being very different in nature. So this is the unique ability you see in human beings. So when it comes to all these abilities or the skill that you have, we cannot confine it to certain age. If they are good in dance, they may start dancing in a very young age and they may continue it, or if they are good in drawing or singing, that they can go on continuing till their old age. So these are all the aspects that you find in human beings. So in this poem, the poet has tried to describe a unique nature or a unique skill that was found in a life of a grandma. Grandma means an old woman. So there was a unique ability in her that has been brought forth by the writer. Okay children, then before going to the poem, that is, the grandma climbs a tree, we will know about the poet. The poet of this poem, Ruskin Bond. Ruskin Bond, born in Kasoli in 1934. Ruskin Bond now lives in Missouri. He wrote his first novel, The Room on the Roof, when he was 17 and has written more than 30 books for children. So one speciality we come to know about Ruskin Bond is he has written many books related to children. Grandma Climbs a Tree shows Bond's great ability to enjoy unusual events and actions. Means one aspect is very clear is he was much interested in the regular life of human beings, and that too here to enjoy the unusual events or actions what he has experienced in his life. In his autobiography, Scenes from a Writer's Life, Bond talks about his Calcutta granny as a strange person who sat alone in the evenings playing Patience, a card game. So even in this autobiography, he has also spoken about a grandmother who used to spend her evenings with lots of patience playing a card game. Means you can see that in most of his writings, the regular aspects or the regular experiences of life has been brought forth for the readers. So this is the poem especially about a grandmother and her rare ability where children really enjoy it. Children, before going to the explanation, I will read the poem line by line. Concentrate on my reading and also the explanation. My grandmother was a genius. You would like to know why? Because she could climb trees, spreading or high. She would be up their branches in a trice, and mind you, when last she climbed a tree, she was 62. Ever since childhood, she would had this gift for being happier in a tree than in a lift. So the first paragraph here, we have to concentrate even on the poetic device. So mainly the rhyming words. So after each paragraph, we will see the rhyming words. My grandmother was a genius. You would like to know why. So the narrator or the speaker here is telling that the grandmother was a genius person, means she had her own natural ability or a great ability, and we have to know what was that ability. You would like to know why. Why was she called genius and what is that ability? Because she could climb trees. So what is that ability? Why was she called genius? Because she could climb trees. Spreading or high. Even though the tree was very tall or it was spreaded around, she was ready to climb that tree. She would be up their branches in a trice, and mind you, when last she climbed a tree, she was 62. She used to climb that tree or the branches very fast or very quickly in a trice. The meaning is very quickly. And when she last climbed the tree, she was 62. That means her age was 62. The ability that she had gained in her younger age, she has developed it, or she has never gone back or left it till she was a old woman. Ever since childhood, she would had this gift for being happier in a tree than in a lift. So she has got this ability in her childhood, and since then this was a gift for her. She used to be very happy on the tree than in a lift. So she enjoyed it. So climbing the tree and spending time on the tree. So this was a ability which was really a great one. So here observe one thing is the rhyme scheme. So first two lines, Y, high, U, to, gift, lift. So the pattern here or the rhyme scheme is A, B, C, C. So why is this pattern called as this rhyme scheme here? Means that is first and second line they rhyme together. So it is A. Third and fourth line they rhyme. That's why it is B, and the last two lines here they rhyme or they go well. That is gift and lift. So it is C. So A, B, and C. So what is this rhyming? Rhyming means when you pronounce that word, the ending sound of your pronunciation, they go well with each other. So that is called as the rhyming scheme, or that's why you call them as rhyming words. And though as years went by, she would be told that climbing trees should stop when one grew old, and that growing old should be gone about gracefully. She would laugh and say, well, I will grow disgracefully. I can do it better, and we had to agree. For in all the garden there wasn't a tree. So here you can see that as she grew up, she used to get lots of suggestions from different people, or she used to be instructed by others. And though as years went by, she would be told means she was instructed by others. What was instruction given? That climbing trees should stop when one grew old. So you are growing old. You are growing old. That's why you have to stop climbing trees, because it is not very good for your health, or maybe it is dangerous. and that growing old should be gone about gracefully. So you are growing old, and in old age you should be very graceful. Graceful means dignified. You should be very dignified, and also you can tell here is you should be very careful. She would laugh and say, well, I will grow disgracefully. So she used to tell that, or she used to enjoy that situation. She used to laugh and tell that, yes, I am ready to lead my life disgracefully. I am not bothered. So this is one activity which I love a lot, that is climbing the tree, and for that case or for that reason I am ready to lead a disgraceful life. I can do it better, and we had to agree. So she was telling that I can do it better. I am well versed in that. So I am ready to do that, and the people whoever gave her the suggestions or the instruction, they had to agree, because there is a reason that for in all the garden there wasn't a tree. She hadn't been up at one time or another. Means there were no trees in the garden which was left by her. Means she has climbed all the tree once and she has got down from it. She hadn't been up at one time or another. No trees were left. All the trees were climbed by the grandmother. Having learned to climb from a loving brother when she was 6, but it was feared by all that one day she would have a terrible fall. The outcome was different while we were in town. She climbed a tree and couldn't come down. So we all came to know that she used to climb all the trees, and there were no trees left in the garden which she has hadn't climbed at all. There were so many trees. Every tree she had climbed and she had got down. Now, having learned to climb from a loving brother, from whom did the grandmother learn to climb the tree? That is from her loving brother when she was 6. So, from the age or at the age of 6 itself, she had learned to climb the tree. So, she used to climb the tree since that age, and up to 62, she was there ready to climb the tree. But it was feared by all. So, we all used to feel very feared that one day she would have a terrible fall. So, what was their fear? They thought that one day surely she used to have a terrible means very dangerous fall or serious fall. The outcome was different while we were in town. She climbed a tree and couldn't come down. So one day there was a very serious situation. The outcome was, means the result of her, what is that? Intense love towards the climbing tree. What happened? So one day when all of them were out of the town, they all had gone outside, she climbed a tree and couldn't come down. So she could not get down. So she was unable to get down from the tree. So here also you can observe another brother, all fall, town, down. So once again A, B, B and C, C. After the rescue, the doctor took Granny's temperature and said, I strongly recommend a quiet week in bed. We sighed with relief and tucked her up well. Poor Granny, for her it was like a brief season in hell. Confined to her bedroom, while every breeze whispered of summer and dancing leaves. Now, after the rescue means she was somehow saved. So, she was brought down from the tree, and what did the doctor tell her? The doctor took Granny's temperature and said, I strongly recommend a quiet week in bed. So the doctor checked her. He saw his temperature. Then what did he suggest? He said that my recommendation is, strictly he tells, strongly means very strictly he tells that the grandmother has to lay down or take rest for a week. So here you can see recommend a quiet week in bed. Quiet means, strictly means she should not do any work. She has to just lay down in the bed. We sighed with relief and tucked her up well. Sighed means a deep breath you take, or a deep breathing when you are sad, or when you are in a ease, or when you are in a situation wherein you feel everything is fine. So now they came to know that yes, the grandma is fine, but she has to take rest. Now what did they do? They tucked her up well. Means they kept her very secure. Tucking is putting the bed sheets or the blankets. You put it tightly under the bed and keep it secure. Here the meaning is she was secured on the bed so that she will not do much movements, or she will not go out of the bed, so that she will be very well, or she will get cured very soon. Poor granny, for her it was like a brief season in hell. So all the people around her, they were feeling relieved, because okay, if the granny takes rest, she will be well. But here for granny, it was like a brief season in hell. Brief means a short period of hell, or being in a hell. Means it was really a torture to her. She could not enjoy that resting place, because she always loved to climb the tree. Hell means, the meaning in Kannada, Naraka. Confined to her bedroom, while every breeze whispered of summer and dancing leaves. So when she was confined in the bedroom, confined is restricted. She could not come out of the bedroom. She was confined to that bedroom. So she used to feel every breeze. Breeze is a blowing cold or a cool blowing wind. So she used to feel that breeze as if it was coming near to her and whispering. Whispering is to speak softly. Coming to her and to speak softly about the summer and the dancing leaves. Means this was the appropriate season where she could enjoy in the garden or climb the trees. So what happened to the granny? Because she climbed the tree and could not get down, so she had some problem and she had to rest for a week. But she had held her peace till she felt stronger. Then she sat up and said, I will lie here no longer. And she called for my father and told him, undaunted, that a house in a treetop was what she now wanted. My dad knew his duties. He said, that's all right. You will have what you want, dear. I will start work tonight. So now, once the granny felt she is fine, what did she do? She had held her peace till she felt stronger. So she held her peace, means hold one's peace. It is an idiom. So in Kannada you can also tell as Nudi Gattu athwa Nudi Matugalu. So here she kept quiet. What's the meaning here is keep quiet. She kept quiet till she became stronger. Then what did she do? Then she sat up and said, I will lie here no longer. Once she was fine, she was very strong. She got up from the bed and started telling that I cannot be here henceforth. No longer I am ready to be on this bed. Now what was her requirement? What did she do? She called for my father. Means the speaker is telling. So she called the speaker's father and told him undaunted. Undaunted means without disappointment. She was almost decided, or she had already decided, that she was going to leave that place, that is a bedroom. Without any disappointment, she told something to her son, that a house in a treetop was what she now wanted. So what was her requirement? What did she want? She wanted a house on the tree top. A house on the tree top. My dad knew his duties. He said, "That's all right. You will have what you want, dear. I will start work tonight." So his dad, the speaker's dad, he knew his duties, means he wanted to do according to his mother's wish, because she is already in the old age and he wanted to fulfill her wishes. So he told that I knew my duties, or I know my duties, and he said, "That's all right. Okay, whatever you want, I am ready to do for you. You will have what you want, dear. I will start work tonight. From today night itself, I will start constructing the house on the top of the tree." So again, concentrate on the rhyming words. Stronger, longer, undaunted, wanted, right, night. With my expert assistance, he soon finished the chore, made her a tree house with windows and a door. So Granny moved up, and now every day I climb to her room with glasses and tray. She sits there in state and drinks sherry with me, unholding a right to reside in a tree. So this is the experience the grandmother got after the construction of the tree house on top of the tree. With my expert assistance, the speaker is telling. So he was expert in that. Expert means skillful person in constructing a house or a tree house. So he is telling, with my expert assistance, he soon finished the work of that house. That is the chore, that is a routine task. So with my help, he was able to finish that house. Made her a tree house with windows and a door. So a beautiful tree house with windows and a door was ready. So Granny moved up, and now every day I climb to a room with glasses and tray. So she used to live there itself, and this boy or the speaker used to go to his grandmother every day with glasses and tray. Means he used to carry food to her or drink. She sits there in state and drinks sherry with me, upholding her right to reside in a tree. So she used to sit there in a state, means she was not ready to come down at all. She used to sit there and she used to drink sherry with me. Sherry is a type of strong wine made of white grapes. So she used to drink that wine and sit there, upholding her right to reside in a tree. So she was always ready to live there, and staying there itself and having her food there, she used to support. Uphold means support her right to reside in a tree. Reside is to stay or to live. So she used to live her life there. So this is what you could see, that the Granny used to enjoy her life there because it was her ultimate aim, and she wanted to climb the tree always. But once she climbed the tree and she could not come down, once she came out of all those situations, then she told that she wanted a tree house and she wanted to live there. So here, this was a rare ability of that grandmother. She used to climb the tree always, even from her younger age till the old age, But people used to go on telling her that she has to stop this because she is a aged woman. But even then she enjoyed it because that was her rare ability. So we find this in many of the people. Whatever skill they have, they want to continue it and they want to involve in it because it will be a great source of energy to them, or they will be always lively and they can also be healthy. Thus, they want to stick on to the ability what they have. So, children, read the poem, and again you have some rhyming scheme here. You can concentrate on that. So, here one figure of speech was there. So, one figure of speech was there where when the grandmother was in her bedroom or when she was resting, it was like a hell for her, a life in a hell. Means there is a comparison of the resting of the grandmother to a life in the hell, like a life in a hell. That is the simile. When the word like is used, you tell that figure of speech is simile, like or as. So that line is important. You can also mark that line so that you will know that figure of speech. So figure of speech is used to make the explanation very, what is that, figuratively, or you get the picture clearly. How much of suffering she had sleeping there inside the bedroom. So this is the figure of speech used here. Dear students, please watch on this space for my next video, that is the lesson A Hero by R.K. Narayan, and please subscribe. Thank you.